on developers to part ways with a tax break is a bad precedent to set because it may force other developers to not do business here or not want them to do business here. Meantime, it appears that this particular resolution involving BD Development Group would not be legally binding if the full council approved it. We're live at City Hall. George Lettuce, WBAL, TV 11 News.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Let me do this. Open up the lines, take your thoughts, questions, comments, man, again, and thanking the residents of Perkins Homes for turning out last night, showing up last night, and again, thank Councilman Carl Stokes. Make sure you call him at 410-396, again, 4811, and thank him for taking the stand that he's taking as well. But getting on the conversation, and while we're waiting for your calls, let me see if we can get this clip, man, that I want to share with you again, courtesy of WBAL, talking about your mayor and your governor running away from the issue and their responsibility of this $305 million piece of junk sitting down there called the Hilton Hotel. But they say our community, our responsibility, but she don't want to take responsibility for the crime, and she don't want to take responsibility for the slime and the grime, and of course, she don't want to drop a dime on what is going on in the city of Baltimore. And don't want you talking about it. Don't want you talking about it. She say stop scapegoating. Well, they're scapegoating with what they saying to Councilman Stokes that he's holding up Harbor Point. That's the scapegoating right there. But man, how can this is not even fair? But you got to fight this developer who has the mayor on their side and the governor on their side. Isn't that something, man? A multi-millionaire governor. This is what you call reverse Robin Hood, or Robin the Hood is what they've been doing, man. Reverse Robin Hood or Robin the Hood is what they've been doing when you look at their crimes against the citizens in the city of Baltimore. Black majority, brown, red, yellow, and white. But let me come to the line, take your thoughts, questions, comments, and we'll come back in. Share that story again as I talked about regarding your mayor and your governor not wanting to answer any questions regarding the hotel that they push, that they force. We didn't ask for it. They pushed that on the citizens of Baltimore. They told us it would bring jobs. They told us that it would, bring tourism to the city of Baltimore. They told us that. And then next thing you know, when the issue was brought up to them, what did they do? They ran. They ran and didn't want to man up. They canned up as far as asking questions regarding, again, the issue of fairness around these hotels and the funding of these hotels in the city of Baltimore. Let me see if we can pull up this clip. Then we come into the lines, 410-761-1592. Get in on the conversation if you like. So listen to this, and we'll be back with more of the state of the city.
Next month, the Rawlings-Blake administration faces the possibility of dipping into the general fund to pay down debt on the city-owned Hilton Hotel. The taxpayer-funded hotel has lost millions each year since it opened back in 2008.
Then Mayor Martin O'Malley pushed the project through the city council, and today 11 News caught up with the governor and the mayor. 11 News I-Team reporter David Collins joins us live from the Hilton with that story. David.
Well, Donna, some interesting reaction from those two major players today. One went like this, and the other like that. The Baltimore City-owned Hilton Hotel has become a financial drain. Next month, a decision will have to be made whether to tap the city's general fund to cover debt payments. Years ago, then Mayor Martin O'Malley got the city involved in the hotel business in the first place. He wanted to boost Baltimore's convention business. He now blames former Governor Bob Ehrlich for not committing state taxpayer dollars to the project.
You may recall, at the time that we asked, we were told no by the then governor.
The hotel is owned by the Baltimore Hotel Corporation and run by Hilton. Earlier this year, the BHC withdrew $1 million from reserves and $1.5 million from a hotel occupancy account to cover its bond payments. City financial officials cite concern that the city will now have to dig deeper to make the next payment due in September. The money may have to come from the city's general fund and or other hotel tax revenues and not the financially strapped Hiltons.
The hotel board is very fiscally responsible and I'm sure has all options on the table.
Surprisingly, given the fact the debt payment may have to come out of the general fund, the mayor is now distancing herself from the issue.
We're considering selling it?
As I said, the hotel board will make recommendations.
What would you, if they were asked, what do you think should happen?
I wouldn't make any decisions until I was fully informed about all the decisions, about all the options.
Governor O'Malley says he's open to talking with the mayor about how the state could help the city with this problem. He says the Hilton alone is performing well and would be an attractive asset. According to a recent audit, it's generating enough business to cover operating expenses, but not its large debt payments.
So you might well be able to get a private entity to take this over, to refinance it, save the city the interest rates that, were all done pre-recession.
The city is responsible for the principal and interest payment. That obligation grows from $4 million starting in 2018 through 2022 to $28 million. The city hired an investment advisory firm to come up with some options. Reporting live from the Hilton downtown, David Collins, WBAL TV 11 News.
You heard it for yourself. Let me come to the line. Take your thoughts, questions, comments at 410-761-1592. Lines are already blowing up because there are those that want to get in where they fit in and fit in where they get in, because you got others not going to touch this subject matter, but we will. When I saw that George Lettuce interview, there was a rat that ran behind him, a giant rat running into City Hall. The only question is, was it Martin O'Malley, Michael Beatty, or John Padarakis? And with that, let me come to the line. I'm not talking about the four-legged rats. I saw a four-legged rat, but I know some two-legged rats running in and out of City Hall as well. So I thank the residents for standing up. They didn't come out for a hearing on pit bulls, at least not the four-legged ones, but they came out for the hearing on some of them white pit bulls down there in Harbor Point. That, let me come to the lines. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the State of the City.
Assalamu alaikum, brother Jerry Muhammad.
Wa alaikum salam. Thoughts and comments on this mess, my brother?
Oh, brother, it's a damn shame, man. All of them need to go to prison, brother.
Yes, sir.
Damn shame.
Right.
You know?
Yes, sir.
But let me ask you this real quick, brother. Last time I checked, he put the blame game on early, but last time I checked, when that redneck racist was in office, he was advised that it was going to be a bad idea.
That's right. Oh, yes, sir.
I clearly remember this.
That's right, brother. Yes, sir. Right.
You know?
Yes, sir.
It's just a shame. And I commend Carl Stokes for doing what he's doing. And us as people, we need to rally around this brother.
Right.
Because they're in the plotting right now.
Sure.
About running somebody against him.
Yeah, they'll run somebody.
They're doing it right now as we speak.
Yeah, this is vindictive more. They'll be very vindictive and payback more. You know what I mean? Just like I heard the clerk say his water got cut off when he went down there to testify for the residents about the water bills. She learned from Martin O'Malley. That's how she does it. So for those who keep trying to say Stephanie Rollins has got an extreme makeover and she's not the same old Stepford mayor as she has been when she was on the council, nothing could be further from the truth, brother, all right?
Yes, sir. And keep up the good work, brother.
Promise I will.
We all rally around you.
Yes, sir.
We love you.
All right, love you more, man. I tell them just support the show, man. Give up your time, your talent, your treasures, because this show, of course, is not free and freedom's not free. And, of course, it takes a lot to put on this show every week, man. Not just every day, but every week. And it costs. So we need you to step up, drop off your donations, man. Send in your donations so that we can continue. Otherwise, we'll bring it to an end and we'll go on another way, be able to give you this information. But we're going to get our information out either way. But with that, let me come to the line, 410-761-1592. And I thank those that have stepped up to support the show. But you know if you have, you're the first on the line, but you last online when I say we need some support. I don't even see you. Say, Brother Muhammad, I got you. And don't just tell me, because you say a donation, I know you got me on the donations. I'm talking about the donations. But in the meantime, let me get back to the lines, 410-761-1592. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the State of the City.
Brother Muhammad, the mayor has told the people she cannot make a decision until she talks to her master.
Yes, sir. Clearly, brother. Clearly.
That's what she said. I mean, she can't make it no plainer.
Yes, sir.
And then why do we always have to go get a consultant first? Now they got to go get a consultant, but that's going to cost money.
Even
to replace Alonzo, they're going to Iowa.
Yes, sir.
You know, we need somebody like you,
right,
for instance, that knows the children of Baltimore City.
Yes, sir.
We don't need to go to Philippines.
Right.
What's wrong with the people right here?
That's right.
That need jobs.
That's right, brother. Yes, sir.
You know, I'm baffled.
Yeah, well, we got to put, up to this point, ain't been no heat on her, man. And all of this is crumbling around her. You understand? From the police department, and as I said, rearranging the chairs on the deck of the Titanic did not stop that stinking ship from sinking. Is that right?
Yes,
so they can rearrange all the chairs, all the commanders, all the lieutenants, all the colonels they want, man. But it's a ship that's sinking and it's a house that's clearly divided. And Bats better watch his back, because you know that Padarakis is not happy that his boy Skinner has not been moved up so that Skinner could become the head of the Baltimore City Police Department. So mark my word, there will be blood around that police department, as we saw with Officer Torbett. And if you can't protect the officers, the good officers, I'll be damn and foolish enough to believe you're going to protect the citizens in this city that come forward, that want to testify, to tell you what they seen, tell you what they heard, to be ear witnesses and eyewitness. With over 600 cameras in the city, they can't show you one suspect that shot somebody in this damn city, and then can't protect good officers like Officer Torbett, who was shot 23 times, with all that crowd outside, all those witnesses, and not one person was charged with his death. Those that led to his death, and those that pulled the trigger.
And the man was assaulted.
And I
don't even know about the other guy that died. We ain't hear nothing else about him.
No, his family done maybe got some money like Trayvon's, and now they gone, brother. And I'm gonna get back into that Trayvon, because there's some other people that have to be questioned regarding what they know about Trayvon as well. Thank you for your call, brother. With that, we'll come back to the line 410-761-1592. But you at the crossroads, Baltimore. You're either gonna go from community to chaos, as Dr. King said. Which way you gonna go? Which way are you going to go? Where are you going to stand? You got to draw a line in the sand and say, I'll be damned if I'm going to let this mayor keep using me. I'm not going to let this governor keep using me because they give you some Operation Safe Street money, or they give you some faith-based money. And while I'm talking about that, let me say to the residents of Perkins, watch Kim Trueheart and the rest of them so-called twacktivists around here that only concerned about their little wreck. They're only worried about their ox getting gored. Watch them. Watch Bill and Bishop Miles, who had never stepped foot in Perkins and never been lurking in Perkins, but the minute they think they're going to get some money for some after-school programs, then they come down to testify. But if they love you, they're going to serve you. They're going to stand with you. Don't come down there and want to quote Dr. King now. Don't come down there and want to quote Dr. King and tote Dr. King now when all of this has been going on in Perkins and East Baltimore all of this time. With that, let me come back to the lines 410-761-1592. Good afternoon, caller. You on the State of the City.
Yeah, how you doing, Don?
I'm good, soldier. Thank you for going down there yesterday, brother.
It's not a problem, brother.
Yes, sir.
I loved what I saw, man. I love what I saw. And like you said, the people of Perkins Homes, they need to be congratulated, because we always said this is where the movement starts at.
That's
it
right.
starts right down there in City Hall, brother.
That's right.
If there's one thing I can say to the people from Perkins, the next time you go down, try to quadruple the number of people that you took yesterday.
That's right. Yes, sir.
And bring those children out.
Bring
them children know about their recreation centers. They don't have nowhere to go at.
That's right.
Bring your children out. They can relate to this.
That's right. Let them see, again, you standing up for them, man. Bring the
Absolutely.
elderly out. Let them see you standing up for them as well. And then we need to take some elderly, perhaps from Park Heights and all these other senior citizen buildings that they can't find peace and comfort in their latter years, and put them in that Hilton Hotel and say, we occupying it. Now, let's see y'all arrest 500 seniors, Martin O'Malley and Stephanie Rollins. That's our money that we put up. They didn't ask our permission. They didn't ask us to vote on it. They didn't want to go to a referendum. So now we should put a referendum on her administration and his administration by occupying the Hilton Hotel. What do you think about that, brother?
Absolutely. I mean, everything is crumbling right before her eyes, and there's nothing she can do about it now. And you have to keep on applying the heat, brother.
Yes, sir.
You have to keep on applying the heat. I mean, I watched those two guys that Betty sat down there yesterday. I mean, they were like, man, you should see the look on their face, brother.
Yeah.
They were sweating it.
Yeah. They don't think. They had contempt for the black people that live in Perkins Homes. I don't believe these little Negroes are down here saying that I'm not doing good corporate business, and they're trying to keep me from. Here's a multi-millionaire, man. Yeah, and this is the problem. Dan. This is what's been going on in the city for too long. These swindlers that after they swindle the people by using them dumb politicians down there in City Hall and Annapolis and Martin O'Malley, then they walk away from the project. And this is historical. Linda LaRouche wrote a book on it in the EIR magazine called The Death Zones in Baltimore. This is why our communities uptown look like this, because of that poor leadership in City Hall for the past 3 and 4 administrations, brother.
Thank you, Don. And another thing, I'm glad you mentioned it was about Perkins, but it's also about the people who were not there. We were the NAACP, national headquarters here in Baltimore.
That's right, Ben Jones.
The NAACP, the National Action Network, brother.
Right. But yet they say Shopton and Martin King III will be in town next week. No, their asses should have been in town yesterday. You understand? But yet they want to romanticize the movement. But Dr. King called for a redistribution of the wealth in this country, and that's what we gotta have, man. This is where we are, between the haves and the have-nots, or the take and the take less. You understand? As far as what's coming out of the city.
You're absolutely right, brother.
But you didn't see the NAACP.
No, brother, no.
Didn't see the Urban League.
And another thing you said, you have to watch Mr. Myers, brother.
Yeah, you gotta watch him. Gotta watch him, man.
Gotta watch him, brother.
Gotta watch him because they were some of the same ministers that had that big press.
Absolutely.
Had that big press conference of Mary our Queen. You understand? With Bishop, what was his name? Was here Cardinal O'Brien, who left and went to New York, and they